What's up, champions fam? It's Z.E.K.E back on a brand new WWE Champions video. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all for long because the day that this video is launched is also the last day of June 2020's Masters of the WWE Universe first ever crossover event MLC. So, by the time you're watching this video, we are a few hours away from the conclusion of this month-long contest, or it's already come and gone and we're gearing up for July 2020's content. But nonetheless, I am here to give my overall review of this month's worth of content. So let's go ahead and dive on in. When it came to this MLC being properly and officially launched, it was hit with some mixed reactions, some mixed signals. But when isn't any type of content from champions hit with that, right? You have people who were excited, people who were intrigued and curious, and then you have people who are like your purists of like, this should just remain a pure wrestling game. Where's my Tori Wilson at? Okay, where's my Jazz? Where's my Viscera? Where's my Stacy Keibler? Where's my Blue Meanie? Where's my Shane Douglas? I understand where you're coming from. We do need to expand the regular superstars. But for those who are upset because we are getting a MLC for a line of toys by the WWE crossing over with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, well, that's kind of backwards, because as long as I've known, toys and wrestling have gone hand in hand. So this shouldn't be anything new, especially considering that we already have a line of subcategory champions in game already based off of a toy line, and that is none other than our zombie champions. But that's neither here or there. What is important is champions decided to go all out for this MLC, for this collab, to do what they could to make things better overall when it came to the player experience. For instance, during this MLC, all modern era champions had a brand new Eternia backdrop. So it was pretty much wrestlers in space. And then that could even be said when it came to the matches, because all the matches took place in outer space with a backdrop surrounding the ring of nothing but planets and mountains. So I did like that they took that moment in time to do a couple aesthetic tweaks when it came to the overall appearance of the game to, basically get you in the vibe of, okay, this isn't like any other MLC that we've dealt with. They also did something very interesting. They returned to a former attempt that didn't go so well the first time around. Now, we had our normal prize wall and we had our ingots for this MLC to use, which was cool. But back in December 2019, we tried to do two different types of ingots. We had our normal ingots as well as our gold ingots during December 2019's Christmas Chaos MLC that had the debut of Wendy Richter, okay? But this time around, instead of doing two types of ingots, we got two different types of orbs. You had your universal orbs that could be used on a prize wall all to its own, where you could use it for tokens, training posters, okay, other resources there. But then you had your class-specific orbs. Your class-specific orbs also work just like your universal orbs, but they were for those specific class items. So you had orbs for your acrobats, orbs for your powerhouses, your showboats, your strikers, your technicians, and your tricksters. And that meant, okay, I got some acrobat orbs, so I'm going to be able to buy blue TP. I'm going to get a chance to get, a luchador mask. I'm going to have a chance to get a strap for a specific acrobat from these pulls right here, and the same went on and on for all the other classes. So they revamped it, and they didn't make it as convoluted as the first time. You still could use your prize wall ingots for your normal prize wall, but if you needed more resources, you could go to your class orb prize walls or your universal orb prize wall, and it was laid out to a point where you could not make a mistake or think, oh no, I spent the wrong one. Everything was laid out smooth and easy for everybody. Plus, they gave us a two-way usage of our briefcase free-to-play pulls. You could also have bought in the keys from the store too, but ultimately, this is what went down. You could either use your briefcase key pulls to get your superstars and have a chance at the galactic key that allowed you to choose any of the featured Masters of the WWE Universe Champions that were released throughout the MLC and get a copy of them guaranteed at 4-star bronze. Or you can pull for superstars on the one banner. Or you could use your keys to do pulls on a brand new strap and metal banner. So you had options here. A lot of people obviously were trying to hunt down that key so they could get a guaranteed 4-star, but at least you knew the option to go for straps and medals was also there. We had, of course, a free-to-play chase champion in Striker Cena and a prize wall chase champion in Triple H Acrobat. So that was pretty dope. Following that, we had our first showdown tournament of the MLC, and it was a chance to go after Modern Era Showboat Ultimate Warrior, who was a solid unit and definitely a solid contest. Like, no lie. You had an opportunity to get him two ways. You could either pull him and recruit him at 2-star bronze from the final milestone, or if you got lucky like your boy here, you got a chance to walk away with him fully unlocked and recruited at 4-star bronze. This was definitely a very lenient showdown tournament weekend. A lot of people were able to get him, whether at 2-star or 4-star. So it was a solid, strong start for this MLC, especially after so many were actually pretty lucky with getting not only Striker Cena unlocked as the free-to-play champion, but many people right out of the first week were actually able to unlock Triple H Acrobat, the prize wall chase champion, making their jobs a whole lot easier throughout the MLC to decide where they were going to divvy up their disposable income with the future content to come. But this was a solid showdown tournament, you know, highly resembling the Tommaso Ciampa Blackheart showdown tournament, and even going a step further, you know, back to Ken Shamrock's tournament as well as Zombie Page's. This was definitely a solid shot, and it was definitely a good look. So definitely will start out strong. Then they followed up with each week we got a different type of LT tour for the MLC, and with those tours, it also dictated the type of content we got. So the first week, it was, you know, showboats, hence why we had a Ultimate Warrior Showboat Showdown tournament. The following week, though, it was all about the powerhouses, and this was a great one for me because I was in dire need of red TP, so I went and maxed this one out. Plus, on top of that, you got mad resources from the milestones. You got a legendary legend strap. You got tier 4 medals. You got mad coins, TP ingots, and on top of that, all of the bags that you got from running the premium blitzes were solid because, sure, there was an opportunity to pull a 4-star bronze, Immortal Hulk Hogan, Powerhouse Legend out of the bag. But the bag contained crucial resources that every player could use, free to play or pay to play, and the same follow-up for the other Blitz contests that I'll cover. You had an opportunity at health packs. I literally walked away with over 1,500 health packs, absolutely free, grinding out that contest and doing those blitzes and popping open those bags. But you also got to RESPECT, your TPCT, on another level because there were mad opportunities at training posters, mad opportunities at coins, and tokens. So everybody was winning during this. But this is where the first hiccup came for me. The first hiccup here was we had this contest, but unbeknownst to us until the last moment when they updated their blog, we found out that the next champion was coming in Modern Era Powerhouse Randy Savage, okay? This guy, in my opinion, hands down, is one of, if not the best powerhouse at the moment. For me, personally, looking at the powerhouses, I think there's a holy trinity here. Holy or unholy, looking at it. They can go in any order, depending on what your roster's looking like. In my mind, it's Powerhouse Randy Savage, it's Powerhouse Hulk Hogan, and it's Powerhouse Steve Austin. All three of these guys, in their own right, are just monsters, devastating monsters, incredible additions to your roster, incredible units. And one thing that I will say is that WWE champions did not miss. they hit the mark every time when it came to each one of the champions from this Masters of the WWE Universe collab. There's no way around it. Each one of these champions, even going as far as to say free-to-play Cena, Striker, all these units dominate. They're just good. Having 1, 2, let alone having all of them on your roster, you've been blessed. You've been blessed. But the thing that messed this up is that it was a pay-to-win scenario. The prize wall was highly, highly enticing to many, and a lot of people spent Mad Blitz tickets on the previous Blitz contest, so they weren't fully ready to grind out Randy Savage's. Now, some people got mad lucky. Some people hit up the pulls, got the rolls going, got the summons going, and they walked away with this guy. Salute and kudos to you. But many others, you know, they were left empty-handed because they had spent so much. Because one thing that champions should have done, and they should have been doing for a while now, is bring back the full road map of an MLC. Like a while back, a year or so back, every MLC that launched, you had the full-on calendar of everything to come, and they would hit you with it. The disclaimer, things are subject to change. So had we known, okay, we got this Eye of the Powerhouse contest, but look, keep in mind too, you know, you're going to catch a little break, going to catch a little breather, but then on this weekend, though, at such and such time, we will have the Powerhouse Randy Savage making his debut, and there's going to be a blitz going along with that, and we're going to be offering Powerhouse Kane's, you know, gear, his broken gear. There's also going to be an opportunity at Shards here. There's going to be an opportunity at a guaranteed 4-star bronze Phenom Taker or Iron Sheik. So just be wary. Don't spend all your blitz tickets here. And a lot of players made that mistake early on. So that was my one gripe with them right out of the gate. They should have definitely let us know ahead of schedule, ahead of time, instead of last minute that, hey, right after this Powerhouse Blitz, we're going to have another Powerhouse Blitz with a brand new champion being involved. So just keep this under consideration. Big flop, but solid debut for Randy Savage. A monster. I still go back and watch his exclusive 4-star gold gameplay because he's just that damn good. So kudos again to getting him if you were able to pull him. Following that, we saw the beta of the 5-stars. That everyone was hyped because everyone's been looking at that logo and saying, look, there's 5 stars instead of 4. 5 stars are coming. 5 stars are inevitable, and here's why. It wouldn't even have mattered if there were 5 stars in the logo. It's the point of fact of just the list of moves that are there. If they were going to stop at 4-star golds, they would have removed those additional moves that are down bottom when you go to your roster and check out a superstar. That's just the God honest truth. That was a hint right there to let you know that it was coming. People have been wondering. Some people are saying it's too soon. I kind of have to disagree because you should. It's kind of like they're going to move it forward. Like each year, you're going to get a new bit. You're going to get a new part, and they'll slowly move it up. Like, okay, certain amount of people got 5-star bronzes now. Okay, now we're going to launch 5-star silvers. Okay, there's a certain amount of people seem to have 5-star silvers now. Okay, we're going to release 5-star golds. It's a process. It was inevitable, but I'm glad it came. We have been getting some mad killer crazy meta-changing gameplay from everyone, from streams to videos. I've just been enamored. Some people move up the list. Some people move up the list real high. Others, you know, they're still like the untouchables. Don't mess with them. And some people are getting some crazy love like my boy Bam Bam Bigelow. Dude's a freaking monster now. Finally cyclable. Like, you know, validity to his name. Validity to his name. The Beast from the East getting a proper salute. Representing New Gen to the fullest, you know. And people got to realize, yo, stop sleeping on Bulldog, too. Bulldog's another top-tier unit from the New Gen. Like, people been sleeping on Bulldog for a long time, too. And, yeah, 4 stars been out for a moment. So what's your excuse? Especially when you can pull him at a solid fuse now. But 5-star beta is a thing. 5 stars are coming. The actual official date has yet to been released. But they did drop that within Masters of the WWE Universe. So, for those of y'all who were picking gripes about, oh, it's a toy line collab, there's no pure wrestling. There's your pure wrestling, kid. 5-star beta, 5-star gameplay out and available, streams and videos. Go and check that stuff out, my boys and girls, because this is coming. It is inevitable. But following that, though, we went from Powerhouse love to Technician love. And this was, once again, another contest. Instead of Hulk Hogan 4-star bronze, we got Against All Odds Kofi. But again, those bags. I saw screenshots of people actually pulling 4-star bronze Kofi over what I saw for Hogan. But even outside of that, health packs, training posters, coins, tokens from this blitz. But we saw another superstar make their debut in the glowing Phenom, Undertaker. In my opinion, one of the best technicians in the game. You're going to start noticing a little trend here, because a lot of the champions that got launched during this MLC, it's hard to argue that they aren't some of the best new champions in the game. But again, a lot can happen from 4-star gold to 5-star bronze. And who knows what other champions are going to be released throughout the rest of this year and moving forward. So anyone who's holding a top spot can easily be dethroned. And others, they're just going to be holding it down for a while. But this guy literally throws people out of the ring, man. Like, last ride for sure. Busted, broken unit. But this was the ensemble of another showdown. And instead of being as free-to-play friendly as the Warrior one, this one, you know, was going to cost you not just time, but some disposable income. But when you see a unit like this, and when you see the gameplay that backs it, you understand why it was made a little more difficult. However, if you didn't get him, you know, if you weren't able to unlock him, you know, many players got a chance to pick up my boy Rated R Superstar Edge. You know, Ruthless Aggression Trickster, absolutely free. 2-star gold plus 3-star bronze Brock Lesnar, Beast Incarnate. Mad resources from the milestones from that showdown tournament. So again, solid new unit. This one was different because, you know, you caught a break. You had the Blitz tournament, you had the Blitz contest going on, and then you found out, hey, there's going to be a showdown tournament. You got time to breathe. Your Blitz tickets can rest. Just get your health packs and your heal tokens ready. You're good to go. And we're making it blatantly clear, looking at the gap between milestones, money's going to have to be spent on this one. We gave you the freebie at the beginning of the month with SB Warrior. Tech Taker 2 broken, you know. SB Warrior, Showboat Warrior was 4-star bronze. This Taker's going to run you 4-star silver, so you should already get a hint right there. The same way Powerhouse Macho was 4-star silver. You got to get look at the hints, because certain ones, depending on the star rarity, it's going to let you know how easy or how difficult it's going to be when it comes to actually recruiting them, or what's going to need to be done in order to actually bring them home, so to speak. But Technician Week had a showdown tournament. That was pretty dope. We got to see that go and pop off. But then, following that, you know, first week was Showboats. We got Warrior. Second week was Powerhouses. We got Randy Savage. Third week of the MLC was Technicians. We got Phenom. The final full week of this MLC was all about those tricky tricksters. And we got a brand new champion in Big E, modern era trickster, many faces of positivity. So Showboat Warrior, heroic champion of WWE Eternia, Randy Savage, Master of Madness, Undertaker, glowing Phenom, Big E, many faces of positivity, alongside Striker Cena and Acrobat Triple H. 6 new champions in a month. And this guy right here, broken, in my opinion, right behind Hogan, Hollywood, Hulk Hogan, Attitude Era Trickster. We got Modern Era Trickster, Big E, many faces of positivity. And this guy was offered to be recruited at 4-star bronze. So they closed it out on a solid situation where, okay, we're going to give you some back-to-back weeks where there's going to be some pay-to-play involved with Savage and Taker. But you know what? Our last week, our last full week is going to be just like our first full week. And we're going to give you a chance at some free-to-play units if you got your superstars in order. If you got all your you got all your eggs laid in order, you going to be walking away a happy champion, my broskies and sissies, my kings and queens of champions. Because this guy, in my mind, hands down, one of the best tricksters in the game. One of the best. Hands down, one of the best. That's just me. Even on basic gameplay, okay, you know, this dude was a monster. From all the gameplay content I saw, he was a beast. And with 2 different types of gear that do 2 different types, and also something for y'all to know, even when you don't have the gear equipped, as long as you have the gear unlocked, the effects will take place. So that's something to keep in mind, y'all. This was a solid thing. You could use, you had blitzes you could do. You had limited time tours you could do. You had a faction contest and a solo contest. They were literally handing out shards for him left and right. All you had to do was put in the work. So this was definitely another solid one. And people had a chance to walk away with autographed memorabilia of the New Day. By the New Day, signed by the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Big E, Xavier Woods. This was definitely solid. I do feel, and I do agree with Gerson, they should have just named it the New Day and just called it a day, but I guess, I don't know. They're weird like that, man. They're weird. They called him Big E instead of just calling them the New Day like the action figure, and I don't know. But I know for certain that this guy's definitely going to be interesting to see in tag teams with the New Day members. Definitely a solid, fun unit, and I hope many of you were able to get him. But we did have his contest running for an entire week. We also had this LT tours, like you could use any of the versions of these guys. Any of the New Day, any Randy Savage, any Cena, any Triple H, any Ultimate Warrior, any Undertaker. Like literally, a lot of us have these champions. A lot of us have them by now. Whether they were pulls, like did a pay-to-play pull and you got them, did some free-to-play pulls and you recruited a variation of. I mean, come on. They gave us a absolutely free 4-star bronze Dead Man Taker New Gen era champion at the beginning of the year with New Year, New Superstar contest. Okay? Either a fuse, doopity-doops, or a full-blown 4-star bronze champion. There's no way around that. The Cena was pretty much given to you with all the tokens you were probably able to get. You could have at least gotten him up the 4-star bronze, to say the least. Showboat Macho Man has been on banners left and right, okay? Ultimate Warrior Powerhouse has been shown love here and there. Triple H, come on now. He was a free-to-play unit as a striker. Many people have pulled the Powerhouse version of him. People invested in the King of Kings pass or the DX passes. So there's no excuse there. And everyone has the New Day. Everyone has the New Day. So, literally, this was one of those contests where, literally, even if you didn't get them, you had a surefire shot to walk away with enough shards of them. And, listen, they said this is the first ever collab content, like MLC, when it comes to a month-long contest. Who's to say they don't come back? Because they have other toys and other figures based on champions that we have yet to come across. I know there's a Roman Reigns one. I know that there is a Rock figure. I know there's a Sting. There's a Rey Mysterio. So they can easily come back and expand on this. And they can also make a thing out of this, like a 2-week WLC or just one week contest, a week-long contest, like they do with the zombies, with the spring outbreak, and doing stuff like that. They can easily bring these guys back. They could easily debut some females that are based on this. And all these champions are solid. All these units were solid units to be introduced to. So, definitely was a solid situation. We also got a brand new book of tours on the road. Permanent content for everybody with the Royal Rumble tours. And they are so much fun. A slobber knocker of content. Expect some gameplay from your boy running different nodes that I felt might be a little bit of a pain in the butt for y'all. And you know what? At this moment, I'm not in a rush to 3-star everything. Get my resources, call it a day. Boom, I'm out. You know? That's all. That's what it's about. Pre-game, Strategize. Figure it out. You can't just two-turn everything. You can't just burrow through everything. Sometimes the AI is going to come out on top. I feel that the AI for these tours is a lot smarter. A lot of the champions are utilizing their best builds, their best move sets, and trainer and coaching combinations. Some champions are geared up out the wazoo. Plus, they got perks for days, straps for days, and so a solid challenge. A solid challenge, so when you reach hell, you know you earned it. You deserve it. And I like that kind of improvement, that kind of adjustment to difficulty as we get new content later down the line. And who knows, we might see a couple new leagues properly released. Certainly going to be something interesting for sure, but the Royal Rumble Road Tours was definitely a solid addition during the week of the Tricksters. And we had the Tricky Trickster contest. That was another one. Instead of a 4-star bronze Tech Kofi or Powerhouse Hogan, everyone had a shot at a 4-star bronze NWO Randy Savage Attitude Era. Rest in paradise, my guy. And again, another shot. More Blitz tickets to be spent, yes. Especially when we had the Universes Collide for Big E going on within all this madness. You still had a chance at health packs, training posters, coins, tokens, RESPECT or TPCT, and never reach zero when it comes to your overall income, when it comes to the different facets of currencies that can be utilized in game. You never want to reach zero. You want to be above, set a median, and never go below that median, or just keep stockpiling and keep stockpiling, break through to the other side, so you are always good no matter what investments you do when it comes to your roster and your superstars. So definitely was a solid look here. Then we got this community update that's supposed to launch July 7th. Again, this is going to basically just take out the strap and metal expansion inventory items, to remove them completely. And now in order to expand both your strap and metal inventories, all you're going to have to do is spend IGC in-game cash. So that's something to consider. I believe straps, it's 299 IGC, and for metals, it's 399 IGC. So if you got the in-game cash for it, go ahead and do it and expand. Makes it a whole lot easier. It's not as, methodical and convoluted, too many steps for something simple of a fix. So definitely a good look for people who just don't like doing the additional steps. If anything, it's gotten lazier for you. It's gotten easier for you. So no complaints there. And it's supposed to go live and launch by July 7th. But again, like anything, things are subject to change. We had the Flash feuds, and the debacle of the Flash feuds. Oh, the hits kept on coming, y'all. The hits kept on coming. Right out of the gate, once the game launched, you needed only a minimum of 2 superstars to participate in the very first feud, Powerhouse versus Trickster. They had it set where you need all 5 superstars required in order to participate. So the feud started off lopsided. Luckily, maintenance got it fixed, but then we came across the candy canes for Christmas in July. For whatever reason, those popped up in the midst of the feud getting fixed. Then, after the conclusion of the Powerhouse versus Trickster feud, thinking, okay, we're going to get a couple hour break until we do feud 2 with our waifus. Nope, right afterwards, we begin the third feud, which is Acrobats versus Strikers. That debacle was crazy. Then after that, that was supposed to be running, that was running for 21 hours. Then they shortened it to 18. Then they shortened it down a little further. So it was just crazy. Then the third feud was the waifu feud. People were looking forward to that, getting the, dust off the ladies and have them out there whooping ass, taking names, okay? And finally, following that, we had another feud, and it was Technicians and Showboats. So, all 6 classes represented. The waifus got some love for sure. It was definitely an interesting take on Flash feuds. They meant well. It just did not play out well at all. But if you were able to do all the feuds, good for you. But I also heard that a lot of people, including yours truly right here, a lot of us, we were rewarded ingots for that special prize wall, and we didn't receive them. We hit claim and didn't get them. So some people might be missing some ingots, and I'm up in the air about should you spend your ingots before they're properly reimbursed to you, or go ahead to get that Big E chest or the bag of surprises. I don't even know. It's ultimately going to come down to you. If you're in a top tier, top ranked faction during this feud, then you're more than likely good to go to get whichever chest you want. But to those of you who did get it, you did get the screenshots proving to them, sending a ticket to Scopely and saying, hey, look, I'm supposed to have this set amount. Y'all didn't give me this set amount. I haven't spent anything yet. Can you please give me my ingots, reimburse me for what is rightfully mine? I'm just sending you the proof here to let you know what's going on. Here's my in-game username. Here's the name of my faction. Can you help me out before it's too late? That's the best thing you can do right now. But I know that I wasn't alone with that. A lot of people are missing ingots in the community for that special prize wall that ran for this weekend's Flash feud to walk away with some solid resources or opportunities at certain superstars at 4-star bronze too. So just got to see how it plays out. And already we got this intel here. We're going to get a kickback tour July 2nd, June 29th, which is the day. We're going to see the Xmas, Christmas in July tours go live. Some people actually came across some tours that were just random as hell too. During this whole feud debacle, there was a feud up. While the feud was up, there were limited time tours for the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy. Keyword, I want to throw this out there: charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy. Okay. Just let that simmer real quick, because the Jeff Hardy that's in game is nothing close to the charismatic enigma. But it does get me thinking, because that was my favorite variation. And there was a Stone Cold tour as well. We had one for that was titled The Bottom Line. So those two tours came out of nowhere. Low star resources, but resources nonetheless. So if you were able to hop on them and get them, then kudos to you. I went in and did them. It took me less than 20 minutes to beat all that stuff. And both my Jeff Hardy and my Steve Austin don't have any trainers or coaches on them at all. So that was a solid look. But we're getting a kickback tour too. Definitely take advantage of these. Hope that we see maybe possibly a player appreciation situation go on. But this also leaves me up in the air right now, because I don't know what this means moving into July. But here's my thoughts about this MLC that's about to conclude. Masters of the WWE Universe has shown that WWE champions, if they put their minds to it and think things out thoroughly, they can put together a month's block of content that'll leave everyone satisfied, everyone invested, and everyone appeased, pleased with what was produced. Yes, a lot of people could say, well, it was the same as the Colossal Classics or Spring in the Ring, but was it really? Was it really? I mean, 6 brand new champions released in this MLC. All 6 you can see right here. All of them busted units. Some of them were pretty much free. I mean, think about it. You had Striker Cena handed to you from either the tour or the kickoff contest milestones. A lot of people were able to walk away with a chest that popped open and got them the Acrobat Triple H. You had a solid opportunity to walk away with Showboat Warrior. And everyone had a solid chance at getting Big E, many faces of positivity. So that meant the only 2 superstars you really had to go in on were Undertaker Tech and Powerhouse Randy Savage. So 4 out of the 6 champions, and all of them are great units. 4 of them you had a solid chance of getting free to play, just depending on where your roster was, where your superstars were. You had a solid chance, because Triple H, even if you didn't get him out of a chest early, there was enough content that you could have gotten more and more of his shards. So by the time that this MLC concluded, you would have him at 4-star gold. So literally, you had a solid chance at all the champions, except for the ones that were blatantly made to be pay to win or pay to play. On top of that, really easy schedule. Really easy schedule. Some of the today Triumph superstars that were required might have been a hit and a miss depending on where your roster is. But again, outside of that, very easy champions to cover when it came down to it. Even if you couldn't do all of them, all their tours like normal, hard, and hell, you at least had a solid opportunity to clear one of the difficulty nodes, walk away with additional ingots and resources. The John Cena tours for his daily LT, those were pretty reasonable. I mean, we had LT tours for showboats, technicians, tricksters, powerhouses. We had a solid LT tours for all of them. You got to utilize a lot of your favorite people from normal to hard. And then when you got to hell mode, that's when things became a slippery slope. But that's also, just difficulty spike. Games need to have a difficulty spike. It shouldn't just be a thing of you rolling right into hell with ease. There should be a challenge. There should be some perks involved. There should be some straps and medals included, because that's a part of the game. It wouldn't make sense for us to have it on our side, but then the opponents don't get to use it too. Now, granted, a lot of people are against, I had to use so many props, or I had to spend IGC to get through it. But once you're in hell mode, it doesn't really matter if you get a 3-star in the match. The point is, did you win? That's what a lot of people need to come down to. Another thing, as I'm talking about these superstars, is with this crossover, they have proven that they can make superstars the right way. So we don't have no mishaps of a Fiend with no neck or a Frodo Drew McIntyre. They created concepts and models, 3D models and visuals and artwork for all these champions, and they looked like the action figures. So even after the conclusion of this MLC, I would like to see all the superstars to come be aesthetically genuine and accurate. Let's be real. The artwork of Bayley looks better than the character Bayley. Let's just be real. They got lazy on Bruno Sammartino, who's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. That can't be denied. They've gotten lazy with certain people. Whoever was in charge for this MLC when it came to the designs, they need to remain on top of things until they decide to pass off the torch. Because every single card art was amazing. Every single 3D model of the characters was amazing. The animations were, they were absolutely beautiful. So whoever was on top of things for this MLC, they knew what they were doing. My gripe, it was sometimes, more specifically when it came to the Powerhouse week and when it came to this whole faction feud debacle, sometimes it looked like they were trying to do too much all at once, and there needs to be clarity. So that's one of the reasons why I feel that they definitely need to bring back the full month-long contest roadmap so everyone knows what's going on by day, by week, and just leave that disclaimer. Things are subject to change. But this was like one of those types of things where we got too much content, good content, but just to know, ahead of schedule, okay, this was going to happen, and then following that, okay, we're going to have a new character. I can decide, well, I'm a huge fan of Randy Savage, so what I'll do here is I'll do this part here for I have the Powerhouse contest, and then I'll save up and wait for Randy. Or, we're going to have a Taker Showdown tournament here. Okay, I'm getting a feeling after that gameplay that they said schedule. After seeing that, yeah, this is going to be, this is going to be where I spend my disposable income. I'll skip out on Warrior. I think I can get him free to play. Randy Savage, I'll throw a couple rolls his way. I'll do a couple pulls. But everything else is going to be going into me getting this Undertaker. Or, snap, we're getting a new, Big E is my favorite member of the New Day. And what? He's getting gear that has him look like Kofi and Xavier? He's even hitting Kofi's moves? You take my money now. I know I can get him free to play, but I want to go the distance. I want to actually get him and get him locked in. And what? He's going to be needed for this faction feud? We're solid. A little clarity when it comes to when the content gets rolled out. That'd be solid. And also, simple mistakes, man. Like, come on now. The new road tours were beast, But to have a mistake like this on the Flash feuds, literally going from feud 1 to feud 3 to feud 2 to feud 4, that was just, that was crazy. That was something that easily could have been evaded. That was something that could have easily been, resolved ahead of schedule if you had people just paying attention to what was being launched. Again, with the candy cane situation, the Christmas in July, we now know that is a contest. We know that is a thing, but whether or not that was meant to be released during the maintenance of the feuds, that's another situation within itself. So it's just subtle things. But another key thing that they showed with this is like, look, we had content. We had mad content throughout this MLC, okay? We had mad content throughout it. And it was different types of content. And yes, it was Blitz Mania this month. This entire month was Blitz Mania. So I am praying y'all aren't broke on your Blitz tickets when you know Blitzes is a part of the contest meta. I hope that someone told y'all, fall back, boy. This isn't the time. Because if not, man, as easy as it is to spend, they're just as hard to get back up. So I hope that y'all were smart enough to know your cutoff point. But that's another reason why that full month-long contest roadmap is needed, because then people could have picked the same way with the superstars. It's like, okay, I need Red TP. I'm going in on this one. Randy Savage, okay, all right. I might try a couple there, but I want to get this legendary strap here. Oh, Tex. Tex are my favorite class. Trickster's my favorite class. I'm going to pursue this. I'm going to pursue that. Oh, Showdown Tournament? Well, of course I'm going to do what I have to do to help out my faction fam, but I want the tech. I'm going after the tech one instead of the Showboat one, because more than likely with me just doing my regular thing, I'm going to get that 2-star Bronze Warrior anyway. But Taker, yeah, I'm going for that. And then even with the LT tours and everything, it's like, what? They're running a Trickster contest, and we got the Big E Blitzes too. So much going on, and the Flash fuse this weekend. What to do? Sometimes less is more. This was a solid proof of that. When we neared the end, it was like they were trying to fit so much in on the last week that it could have been overwhelming if you're not good at managing what you're doing. But at the same time, they were all solid offers and opportunities at good rewards and resources too. It's just maybe learn how to space things out properly. But the good thing was about Big E's contest is that it was a week-long contest. And yes, it made it easier because they launched a different book per day. So it wasn't like they just dropped all the books at once. You had a day, digest, knock this one out. Then the next day, knock the next one out. And then, okay, we're going to drop this tour here. But hey, here comes the Trickster contest. Here you go. And hey, we got the Flash Fuge. And now that one might have been one that messed people up a lot, because especially with the back-to-back, feud 1 into feud 3, then a little hour gap, and then a feud 2, and then a feud 4 to wrap things up with a bow. Yeah, a little convoluted, might have been a little difficult for people, but then again, if you're a person who's using perks and straps and medals and what have you, then you were probably cakewalking your feuds the whole time, so you were able to just hop on in on a Blitz or hop on in on a LT tour, knock that out before the contest concluded, and then you were good to go. But all in all, in my opinion, this MLC definitely gets 2 thumbs up. Yes, there was the hiccup with the powerhouses, with the I Have the Power, and then the launch of Randy Savage with the Blitz, and with the price and the amount of time that it was going to be needed to commit to this type of grind, especially after doing the Blitz grind for the Powerhouse, to max that out, then to go into this one. Now, I know there was a player who did go all in, and kudos to him on Twitter. He did go all in, he did go all out, and he walked away with the Kane gear. So mad props, because Attitude Era Powerhouse Kane with that gear is another monstrosity within himself. And I'm looking forward to seeing maybe some other gears of other characters. There's a lot of people missing stuff. Someone who comes to mind outside of this MLC, the game Triple H. His moves, not so there. But he had plenty of gear. Like, they could easily do the gear for him when he returned with the jean jacket, the jeans and everything, have him fight with his shirt off and have the pants on. They could also do, like, his purple trunks that he wore when he was rolling with Evolution and everything. There's a lot of solid gear opportunities that have yet to been touched upon, but that's neither here or there. What is true is that this was a MLC that was done properly. Each week, it shed light on a different group of superstars, gave you appreciation of the classes that you've been investing in, gave you an opportunity to use champions that you've been building up for the longest of time, put them to the test, had mad resources to acquire, and even with the way they did things with the Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble tour. This is one of the few MLCs where I've literally seen it where they're giving you so much and you don't really, like, the most you probably had to spend were your Blitz tickets. Outside of, your health packs and your heel tokens, there were other contests, your spin contests for your coin evolve and your TP contest, but they genuinely gave enough content that you could get reimbursed and rewarded for your efforts. And that's saying something when it comes to a game like Champions. That's definitely saying something. And we got, more than likely, we're going to have a kickoff top event to come. We also got, maybe a MLC or LC, a couple week-long contests to come in July. Who knows? That's still up in the air. We do know that there is going to be a Christmas in July tour. So we do have something coming up. Whether that's going to be an MLC or LC is still up in the air, but we do have something to look forward to. But the takeaway from with this review is like, look, Champions have shown that they can drop a bomb-ass month's worth load of content. They just need to learn how to span it out, spread it out properly so nobody's overwhelmed. Full roadmaps of the MLC and week-long contests to come. We need those so everyone knows what's happening, so they're not missing nothing. They're not investing in one thing and missing out on the other. They can at least try their hand at things. Taking care of certain things so we don't run into those awkward moments, like, no lie, a feud where you literally have on your blog minimum of 2 superstars, and then you're saying that, no, you need all 5 superstars to participate. That was absolutely wrong. I can't rock with that. Having your feuds out of order, like, come on. Feuds are a norm. Feuds aren't going anywhere. That's what I've been told. Even the OG Furpo told me that. Feuds are a norm. They're not going anywhere. So, if they're not going anywhere, that means that y'all should be on top of y'all stuff so there is never an issue or a problem when it comes to said feuds. People missing out on ingots that were obviously given to them, and you have screenshots proving that you have held on to them and that you have not spent them at all. That's an issue that should have easily been resolved. Literally, there's just certain things that it was rocky. The people, the people spoke out about it too. So that's another thing. Getting your balls up to speak up and represent not only yourself but others who are afraid to stand up. Literally, the more that we stand up and address the issues properly, constructive criticism and all, the better results we'll get. The aesthetical look of the champions. That's something that should not be messed up moving forward. Every champion should look exactly how they should in real life. No way around it. And even if you're trying to make tall champions look short, no, make them tall. Y'all went all out to show how tall Big Cass is, okay? Can't even pull him in on a loop banner anymore. Do the same with Drew. Drew should be towering over people. It shouldn't be like he's being draped over in his trench coat. Like, let's just be realistic. Certain champions should look a whole lot better. They really should. It's like some they knock it out of the park, others they don't. That's definitely something that's going to have to be addressed as we move forward. But they've proven that they can make a bomb-ass champion. Right next to the card art, to the animations, to the moves, they can do everything marvelous. They can do it. They can provide us with entertaining and unique content every single month that's going to be fun, that's going to have us entertained, have us enticed, and have us all in, because the ends will meet the means. Like, literally, that's it. It's an ends to a means. So everyone walks away a winner instead of, why did I just do that for this little bit of bullshit? So champions is literally put themselves in a corner moving forward when it comes to expectations and reality, because reality of it is that they can check box all of the expectations. They've shown that they can make good bomb ass designs for characters. They've shown that they can give us a month's worth of content that is actually great fun content that doesn't feel like a job or a grind. They've showed that they can be versatile when it comes to creativity with the backdrops for the ring and the matches, as well as for the superstars individually. So this is definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing when it comes to future LT tours, future week-long contests, or WLCs for short, as well as, pardon me, and as well as month-long contests, MLCs. They definitely hit the mark and then some tenfold with this MLC. There's still problems in the game that still need to be addressed. Old issues that need to be resolved permanently moving forward. But all in all, load-up times were good. There weren't that many people bitching and complaining about glitches and bugs. A lot of people were able to have fun. A lot of people enjoyed themselves. Wasn't really that much toxicity for this MLC. And that means that they can provide more MLCs where people aren't talking negative. They might make a constructive gripe here or there, but outside of it, like, just pissing everybody off, if anything, people were just too overwhelmed with the back-to-back Blitzmania situation and, you know, the way things, you know, kind of fell apart with the Flash feud, the final bit of serious content in the MLC. Yeah, that's something to, you know, to take a shot at. But other than that, very, very solid MLC. And with that being said, y'all, that's the video. Didn't mean to hold y'all for as long as I could, but this is a review video. This isn't a sit down and be, you know, 5-10 minutes easy. We're walking through everything. We're walking through the different types of content. I'm hoping for something like this moving forward. They did this. I would love to see them go at this angle again, but instead of the toy crossover, instead of the He-Man series, do it with NXT. Bring back the NXT MLC. I would love to see Adam Cole. I would love to see Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong. I'd love to see Candice LeRae make her debut. I'd like to see Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Io Shirai. There are so many talents that have yet to come into the game yet. Hell, even a dude like Dexter Lumis right now is killing it, okay? I would love to see them do that, or bring something in, do like a Cruiserweight Classic. Do that. Do a Women's Evolution again, you know? And bring in different characters. Christmas in July, the pervy side of me is coming out here. I would love to see the swimsuits. I would love to see the swimsuit models. Like, you know, obviously not with Becky and all them. You know, they did their thing. But, you know, we still have those good, fond memories of Stacy Keibler and Sable and, you know, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. Where's my Hurricane Helms? Okay. Where's my Molly Holly at? You know, where's my Raven? Where's my Tommy Dreamer? We got to get back on schedule, y'all. This was a cool little pit stop. Well, with that being said, bad times don't last, but champions do. I hope you enjoyed this review video. What were your thoughts overall when it came to this MLC? Again, they experimented. They tried some things worked, some things didn't. I was a huge fan of the ingots, having the ingot prize wall, having the different class orb prize wall, and utilizing the keys two different types of ways. Hopefully one of y'all or some of y'all walked away with that galactic key to pick any of these champions at 4-star bronze guaranteed. Congratulations ahead of time. And what are you looking forward to in July? Do you think Christmas in July is just going to be a WLC, or is it going to be a MLC? A lot of questions to be answered, and we will get those answers shortly. But until next time, y'all, mad love to each and every single one of you, my beloved #champions fam. Hope y'all had an amazing month of June. Stay tuned, because we are getting ready to rock and roll into July, and there will surely be, hopefully, plenty of fireworks to witness. Peace!